What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. I want to alert you guys to a concerning trend here. Well, first of all, if you've been watching my channel, you've been seeing the videos on Walmarts and Targets and other chain retail and grocery stores closing dozens of stores, and the concerning reason why they're closing stores and how it's costing consumers more money, and it's actually raising the prices of products. I'll link you to one of those videos here at the end of this video. Not only is it raising the prices of the products and costing a lot of jobs as they close entire stores, but it's not just retail, grocery, and retail stores, but also take a look at this now. Yeah, the death of the bank branches. And there's probably a lot more to this rabbit hole. Wells Fargo closes 37 stores in 16 states just with this latest wave of closures. And more firms axe their brick and mortar locations. Is your local branch affected? Wells Fargo's filed to close 37 bank branches in just 1 week earlier this month. So their latest round of closures closes 37 stores in 16 states in just 1 week. Now, Wells Fargo is actually the fourth largest bank in the United States. They have almost $2 trillion in assets, $1.88 trillion in assets. Yep, $1.88 trillion, $1,886 billion in assets. They come in behind Citigroup, Citibank, Bank of America, and JP Morgan Chase. We've actually done some recent videos here on the troubles of JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citigroup. And really, I've actually kind of done some videos here on pretty much most of the top 10 banks here, all having troubles and or financial troubles here. If you've been watching my channel, I'm keeping you up to date here, as there's a lot going on here with our economy, and it's actually kind of a worldwide problem right now because a lot of it is inflation and interest rates. As the Fed just keeps pounding America right now with 11 interest rate hikes now in a little bit over a year, and it's really causing a lot of concern to Americans and to banks because it's kind of an inverse reaction here. When they raise interest rates, a lot of the bank's investments have gone down, causing them to lose money. And this is what has caused, or at least partially caused, what if we had now 4 or 5 major bank failures this year? And these bank failures have been huge, huge. Is it 4 or 5? I'm kind of losing count now. There's been so many. Um, 3 of the bank failures were worth over $100 billion. 2 of the bank failures were worth over $200 billion just in the US alone. And then we had another major bank failure, Credit Suisse, which was worth um, anywhere between $500 billion to $1 trillion, depending on counting the assets all around the world, because it was a multi-international worldwide bank. Yeah, and these are just, who knows how many more banks are going to fail this year. Yeah, it's absolutely wild. And now we're starting to see more and more cracks in the system because they're now starting to kind of liquidate or downsize and close a lot of branches here in the US. And it's really not just immune to any one particular bank. It seems like they're all starting to have some trouble. Yeah. And so far the system has kind of held together. It's kind of been tight. We're not going to really go back to the dark ages of, the Great Depression, where, they didn't have the financial stability in place, and, people just lost everything, and, thank God. But it was funny because back then, we didn't have Social Security, we didn't have FDIC insurance. But this is something that we need to talk about. We need to make everybody aware about because, I mean, we're seeing massive, massive closures. We're seeing retail conglomerates fail. We're seeing big banks fail worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Just, I mean, just kind of think about that. And this shows the overall state of our economy and other massive countries. Um, Terrible. I just did a video on China's economy, which, China has been kind of the growing economy, the coming out, going from, a third world economy not that long ago to, this swan economy that everybody wants to buy stuff from and, cheap goods from, to now it's kind of like, well, what happened? What happened? And now if China's economy is sputtering, and they're supposed to be, this country with 1.5 billion people, 4 to 5 times the population of the United States. If their economy is sputtering, what's going to happen to the rest of the world? Yeah, they just had this massive real estate company file for bankruptcy in the United States, which is going to be like, well, what's going to happen to all the people they owe money to? Well, they're SOL. And this is like, well, it's a domino effect, right? A lot of people aren't going to get paid. A lot of people are going to lose billions of dollars, or corporations are going to lose billions of dollars, and it's going to be a massive domino effect. And a lot of this is because of interest rates and inflation. And we're starting to see the effects of a lot of things, like gas and oil prices are starting to go up, inflation's not coming down, and it's like, well, is the Fed just going to keep raising interest rates? And yeah, I mean, Russia literally just completely obliterated their interest rates. They raised it by 3.5% in one shot. And let me see, that was like the equivalent of like, I can't even figure it out, but that was the equivalent of like 10 interest rate hikes or something like that in one shot of what Russia just did. Like if the United States did that, it would be like instant depression. Like, yeah, can't even make this stuff up. But and you got to really think, like, how much pain can the U.S. economy take with these interest rate hikes? Russia's just like, sorry guys, we're just gonna lambaste everybody. 350 basis point hike all in one shot, as if Russia isn't, sticking it to everybody enough with the war and OPEC plus cuts, 3.5 billion or 3.5 million cuts per day, which is really Saudi Arabia and Russia, OPEC plus, and everybody. And this is kind of what's happening right now. There's just what is really the good news to report right now? Low unemployment. And I guess really that only really reason for that is because more and more people are going back to work because of inflation. Yeah, and I guess the stock market. Yeah, really the stock market is been doing pretty well. It's almost at an all-time high. It's at a 1-year high. It's close to a 1-year high. It's at a little bit of a pullback here in the last week or so. And the price of gold has been doing well here as well. This is a 5-year chart for the price of gold, the futures for the price of gold here on a 5-year chart, doing well here. But that shows that patience in the stock market and your 401k, IRA, and pensions funds will pay off. So let me know your thoughts on that. We have seen a bumpy road with that, with the pandemic and everything, but we have really remember that the phrase that time in the market is better than timing the market. So we have really come out of that, and despite really a lot of the fears and everything, things have really paid off there. We'll have to see, as long as we can evade a World War III type of situation. We'll have to see. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here on a daily basis. Let me know your thoughts here in the comment section. If you haven't yet, click the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks for liking and sharing. Click here to see why stores are closing right now that you might not know about. Or click here to see massive Social Security cuts that might need to happen. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.